Hello, hello. I am Leah McHenry, founder of Savvy Musician Academy, where we train independent musicians to become expert marketers of their own music. And I'm broadcasting live to you today to help you not only survive, but thrive this economic crisis, this entire crazy time that we have going on in the world right now. So I'm here, and I first want to say welcome. If you're a student of ours, it's so great to see you here. And if you are not a student of ours, welcome, and we'd love to work with you one day. And if not, well, good luck. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, great to see everybody. Write a comment if you can hear me okay, just so we know that we are good. Let me know if my sound is all right. I've got a different mic plugged in right now. I am really looking forward to teaching a little bit of what we do here at Savvy Musician Academy. And if I can help a few more musicians not only just brainstorm and get some amazing ideas, but if it can help you actually make some sales during this time, that's my goal. Someone give me a shout out if you are hearing me okay, if my sound is good. Hello. I don't see anything. Hey, Amy, guys, let me know if my sound is good, because if it is, then I'll continue. If you can hear me nice, loud, and clear. Let's see now. There's probably a little bit of a lag. Okay, sweet. You can hear me okay? Good. Good. I'm going to start out doing something a little unconventional during this live training. I'm going to read you a scripture from the Bible. How's that? How's that for politically correct? I'm going to read you a scripture from the Bible. It's from Proverbs 24, verse 33 to 34. It says, "A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man." I will read that one more time for those who just jumped on. Proverbs 24, 33 to 34. "A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man." There's so much to say about this, but it suffices to say that our entire society has been asleep. They've been slumbering. They've taken a little nap thinking everything is secure, everything is fine, and tomorrow will be just like it was yesterday, and today will be the same as last week. And we've assumed for far too long that everything is fine and normal and can be expected just the way we've always experienced it. And there are very many people experiencing crisis right now globally because of all these quarantines, and just like there's not going to be a recession. We're in it. We're in it at this moment, and it's terrifying for many people. But this verse, let me encourage you with this scripture, because the scripture says that it's warning that those who take a nap, those who just decide to take it easy and just, take that little nap under the tree, poverty will come on those people like a thief. Now, those of us who are aware of this now, it's time to get to work. We may have been victims of our own, lackadaisical mentality up until now. We may have, it's as a business owner, sometimes you think, hey, business is steady and it's always going to be steady. That's one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made as a business owner, is thinking that it would always be good or it would always be increasing. Not so. And there are many, many people right now who are having to learn how to work online from home. And there's many companies for the first time ever who are sending their employees home, and they didn't know that, they didn't trust their employees to do that. They could. I think a lot of businesses are going to realize that that's the best thing that ever happened to them, is having their employees work from home. Obviously, you can't do that in a restaurant or things like that, but there are many opportunities for people to be incredibly productive from home. There's also another segment of the population who are wishing right now that they had an online business, that they had a way to promote what they do online. And they procrastinated on doing that. They procrastinated on actually taking the risk. But here's the call of the hour to you right now. The call is that now is your moment to do this very thing. Now is the moment to do that. And those who already are, many of our students who are already doing this are going, wow, this is the best. This is actually an opportunity. This is the best thing that could ever happen to me. You know, there are people who are saying this is the worst thing that ever happened to me. And there's those of us who are saying this is the best thing that has ever happened to me. Here's what crisis does. Crisis I look at it like a canvas on a painting. Most artists prefer to paint within borders. And a crisis causes you to become very creative and paint on a square canvas where there's borders, meaning you have some restrictions, there are boundaries, there are limitations. Creative people work the best under certain amounts of limitations. That's where my brain goes the best to work the best. Give me a problem where someone says this is impossible and I'll find a way. If you have that mentality, you will survive. Not only will you survive, you will thrive. So I'm here today to give you some hope and call you to action in your own music career. You are not a victim in this scenario. You can be a complete triumphant warrior. You can also profit. And I have stories for you. I have stories, and we have students right now who are doing this very thing. I don't know if you're on here or not, but we will probably have her on later this week. We have students who are running their side businesses online for the first time and making up for all the lost income that their household income that they've lost. They're making up for it based on the skills that they've learned through Savvy Musician Academy. So I'm here today to teach you guys something that I've taught to our elite students, and really I need to be teaching it. We just need to teach it across the board, and whether you're a student or not, I don't care. Share this with musicians and small business owners who need this. Now, I'm not just talking to musicians. This is really for anybody running any kind of online business, okay? Selling any physical product, digital product. So, as I said, our mission, our vision for Savvy Musician Academy is to turn independent musicians into expert marketers of their own music, of their own art. So that's what we do. And here's one of the things I want you to do right now. How many of you here have ever run an active promotion, like actually run a sale to your audience? So many of you have not done that. And it actually floors me because there's a whole group of people out there who they do all the crazy technical things like, oh, I set up an LLC and I patented my stuff and I did all these businessy things that feel productive, and yet they haven't sold one single product. I actually saw that on Shark Tank the other day when I was watching with my kids. This company, they had raised over $1 million from family and friends and other people, over $1 million for their product. And they are on Shark Tank pitching to the sharks. And of course, the sharks always want to know, tell us the sales. Well, what have you done? After all of that stuff, they had done all this patenting, gotten all this legal work done. Oh, they tried to find distributors. They did all this work and logos and packaging. They spent millions of dollars on like packaging and all this stuff. They hadn't sold a single thing. There was like a tiny amount, maybe $50,000 worth. Tiny amount. And the sharks were like, you just shot me in the heart when you told me that. You spent all this money, you raised all this capital, and you haven't even sold anything. That's the problem with people in general. I'm not going to say musicians, who overcomplicate things, think everything, overanalyze, and try to basically all that is avoidance. It's all avoidance to doing the one thing you need to do, which is sell, sell, sell. I've launched my new physical product brand, Mythology Candles. This is a fun thing I'm doing on the side. And I can tell you, I've already made, it'll be $50,000 with this product in like a 4 or 5 week period by the end of, in the next couple of weeks. Only now am I thinking about doing anything legal, like in terms of setting up an LLC, in terms of doing all these other businessy things. It's like sell a product, validate the product, get feedback, get customer involvement, like actually test stuff, actually get opinions back from people, do the stuff that actually helps grow the business, get hands-on, get dirty, get in there, then go do all this other legal stuff, which you could probably hire somebody else to do. So people who do it the other way around, all they're doing is avoiding because they're afraid of it. They don't want to do the marketing. They're afraid of it, or they don't know how. They feel slimy, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to teach you today how to run a sale, because this is what makes the real business part happen. Okay. So if I were you, I would take notes. I wish there was a way I could share my screen while I'm on live. It doesn't look like I can. So next time I'll probably use like software so that I can do both. But anyways, I'm going to read you the list. Okay. Here's how you run an active promotion, run a sale. If you're listening, I expect you to actually do this. Okay. Deal? Give me some hearts and some thumbs up if you agree that you're actually going to go do this. All right. So whether your email list has 50 people on it or 2,000 people or 10,000 people, I want you to do things in the following order. Are you ready? Number 1, decide which item you want to sell. What's the item you're going to focus on? One mistake I see is people sending traffic to just their main website, their main store, just like sending them everywhere. Now, the exception to that is if you only sell one type of product. So for example, in my candle business, I only sell one type of product, so that's easy. But if you sell a variety of things like t-shirts and bundles and vinyl and this and that and this and that, choose one product that you want to really promote. Okay, one bundle, one CD, something like that. Number 2, you don't need to discount it, but if you want to use a small promotion code, coupon code, something like that for a small percentage off, that can help. So you can do that. So choose that. Number 3, you're going to write an email broadcast. You're going to send a broadcast to your list. I am assuming that most of you have some kind of email list, whether it's on MailChimp or you at least have Bandcamp, you at least have something where you can communicate via email. This is not a promotion run on social media. You can certainly amplify your sale across social media, but it's not primarily run from social media because most of you aren't running paid advertising and you don't know how to do it. And so this is going off of email marketing. This is the biggest driver of sales, of e-commerce sales. So online, on any kind of online sale is through email. Okay. So you're going to send a broadcast email, actually a series of broadcast emails, and you need to come up with some good subject lines. Something that's going to ignite curiosity. I'm playing a lot around with subject lines at the moment. Sometimes you have to test certain things. Now, some of you are using email service providers that actually allow you to do an A/B split test, where it's like you can send a segment, one subject line, and then another segment, another subject line, and then say you have it set to 6 or 12 hours, the winner will get sent to the whole rest of your list. If you have the ability to do that, you should be doing that, because you're going to learn really quickly what your audience responds to, and that's really important. So come up with subject lines. Something that's working fairly well right now is just very casual, very, very non-hypey subject lines. So something that you would text your friend. In fact, a really good exercise right now is if you open your phone, or if you're on desktop, a tab or something, and take a look at the last email or text your friend sent you. So like not from a business, not from a corporation. What's the last subject line or last text message you got from a friend? It's probably, let me open my phone right now. It's probably really casual, and it could be a good, yeah, here's one. You just need one of these. I think that I sent my dad a TikTok video of a cat, like it was like a lynx cat asleep purring. I just said, you just need one of these, all in lowercase. That would be a great subject line. Let me look at some of the other one. Let's see. Would love to see you. Let's see another one. This one's from my stepdad. I bum dialed you. That's hilarious. Can you imagine if he used that? He butt dialed me on his phone. I was like, did you call me? Let's see another one. You guys type some in the chat. If you open your phone or your emails, check the ones that you actually got from friends and look for something that looks really casual, just like a one-liner. Let's see another one. It's been a rough day. That's a good one. I would totally open that email. Like, what? Let me see what else. Have a great night. What else? Fun times. These are just text messages I got from friends that sound, they're so ultra casual. They're so the opposite of hypey that they just, so this is the point that I'm making, is that it needs to sound incredibly conversational, incredibly down to earth, like you're just speaking to a friend. So that's going to be my advice for subject lines. Okay. Now, at that point, you're getting them to open the email. The other thing to pay attention to is the pre-text. So you have the subject line, and then there's the first line of text that they're going to see when they open their phone or desktop. You see that first subject line. That is, or not the subject line, you see that pre-header. I think that's what they call it. That's really important. That's like the hook, right? That's where they're deciding, am I actually going to open this email or not? So make sure that first line, I don't like to reveal everything what my message is going to be in that first pre-header text, because then they might prejudge it, right? So I try to keep it fairly hooky and mysterious and like try to get them to open it. It's a good place to use emojis, things like that. So that's another important part. So number 4, okay, this is the fourth part of doing this. You need to write your email as though you're talking to one person. Never say, hey everybody, hey everyone, blah, blah, blah. People are not reading this in a group setting. It's one person reading your email. Speak to one person. So that's one of the biggest mistakes I see people make, is they address a crowd and it's really just one person reading it. So address it to them. Make them feel like you actually personally wrote them. I've had that happen. Some fans actually thinking that I personally wrote them a message, which is a good reaction to have. That's a very good reaction. Number 5, the 5th point, is tell them about your product or music, whatever it is, and what's great about it, okay? You'd think this would be very obvious, but a lot of people don't do that. They're just like, yeah, here's my music. Maybe buy it someday. If you have that, if you don't believe in your music and you don't ask people to purchase it, they're just not going to. And so a lot of people have, that hope marketing mentality, and just hope that people are just going to buy it. Well, you just need to tell them what's great about this. Hey, what's special? Is it autographed? Is it a limited edition? Tell us the weird backstory behind writing this. We don't need a novel length email. It doesn't need to be long. It just needs to be interesting. It needs to be different. It needs to be fascinating. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. I like some of these subject lines. Someone said, I'm running late. Sorry, guys. Actually, sorry, guys, or sorry, just the word sorry, depending on where you live. That's a good subject line, the word sorry. Yeah, so someone said, do you mean the preview text? That's what I mean. The preview text. So you have the subject line, and then there's the preview text before the email itself. And they can see that first, if you're on your mobile device, you can see the first 10, 15 words or however many. On desktop, you get a little bit more. So yeah, make that hooky. Make sure that you're not just like 15% off right in that first, because like they might decide to not even open the email if they see that. You want them to actually open it. Leave it a little bit more mysterious. Yeah. Are you coming? That's a really good subject line. Yeah. Okay. So moving on, tell them. So number 5 was tell them about your product, the music, what's special about it. Tell us a little backstory. And number 6 is use one image of your product and link that image to the exact product page. Not your website. So not your whole website where they can just browse and get lost. Send them to the specific page. So if I put a photo of a specific album, there's going to be a disconnect if I just link it to the general website and they were just looking at that album, so their brain is already wired to find that same image, find that same album cover so they can look at it. But it's very disruptive if you have that image and then you link to a general website and they see something completely different. It's like, oh, you just lost me. I'm bored. I'm gone. And they click away and close the page. So again, I'll just repeat. One image of your product. Make it a good photo if you have one. I think that's one of the biggest issues I see with musicians' product pages and just their photography. They don't have good photography of their physical product. So vinyl or whatever, they're just using... Even mock-ups can be pretty good. I've sold thousands of dollars of merchandise from mock-ups, even crowdfunding campaigns, because I don't have it yet. So just make sure it looks good. Real photography will always be better. And if you have any on hand, any of your product, you can use the portrait mode on your smartphone. I think most smartphones have a portrait mode, and make it look really nice. You can do pretty spectacular stuff on your phone. Okay, so that was number 6. And then number 7 is use a button link, if possible, in your email. People love to click buttons. So, and let me just give an extra little bonus here. So as far as the structure of the email, here's what I like to do. I like to have, so I've got subject line, I have that pre-header text. So the body of the email, I usually like to say, hey, Leah here. And so you want to address them like, I don't know, how would you talk to your friends? Like, oh, hey, it's me. Like, they want to know you. And then I tell them about, you maybe address something that's relevant right now in terms of, hey, so you might be home with extra time on your hands right now. You don't have to go into all the coronavirus stuff. You don't have to even talk about that. You can just say, hey, you might find yourself, if you find yourself having extra time on your hands right now, perhaps now's a great time to, listen to some new music, something along those lines. Okay. So that's making it relevant to them because you're thinking about their current circumstance and what they may or may not be doing at the moment. So then I like to have a hyperlink somewhere within that. So I say today might be a good time to listen to some new music, and I might hyperlink the word music, and it's going to go to that exact product. And then I'll have talk about the product itself, put the image of the product. Then below the image of the product, I'll have a button that says, more details or check it out. One thing I don't like to do is say buy now in the email. And the reason why I don't like to say buy now is I think some people feel like that's too much of a commitment. I'm not sure if I'm buying now yet, so I don't want to click on that because I don't agree. I'm not in alignment with buying now yet. I'm curious, but I'm not ready. So I like to give them something that's a little bit less committal. So something more like I said, more details or see details. If it's like a t-shirt, be like, check out something that's worked well is putting see t-shirt sizes. So you're just asking them to commit to looking at it. You're not asking them to commit to buying it just yet. So that's what I like to do. But you can test different things. You can test different words. Just the mindset, you're going to do well if you're at least paying attention to what effect does this have when I use these words? Like, how does it hit me? And so your goal is to put yourself in the shoes of the person reading it and ask yourself, how does this hit me right now? If I'm a fairly new fan or a potential fan, how does this hit me? Does it feel like, like I'm asking, too much or something? So by, making them commit to buy now. So I like to put something that is going to encourage them to go check it out more. And so I'm selling the click. I'm not selling the item in the email. I'm selling the click. I want them to click on the button and then sell them on the product page. That's a big tip. Okay. Number 8 is post that same message and image and link. So you're going to copy paste almost the whole thing word for word to all your social media accounts. Okay. Post the same message and image and link to all your social media accounts. And we call that like a surround sound campaign, right? So they're seeing it in email, they're seeing it on social, kind of seeing it everywhere. It's like, oh, this kind of, something's going on here, right? So when you can create that surround sound effect, then people feel like, hey, there's a campaign going on and I get to be part of it and I'm seeing this everywhere. Like, it's good. And also, just there's a lot of people who just aren't going to see it. So you want to put it everywhere. If you're using, this is number 9, if you're using Instagram, do not put the long link in the image description because nobody can click on that, right? So it's really annoying when people do that. And sometimes, like if you're using Buffer or some social media posting app, and you're just posting it everywhere, that's going to show up on Instagram. Nobody can click on that. So instead, use the link in your profile. That's where you're going to put that link. And you're going to say on Instagram, link in bio. Okay. And then actually use the @ and put, link your page, even though they're seeing you right there, link your page. So if I'm running something to my Leah the Music Instagram account, I would say link in bio @ Leah the Music. I'll actually link it there. So it's just an easier step for them to just go there really fast. Okay. Now, this whole process that I've just described, number 1 through 9, this shouldn't take you any longer than 60 minutes total to do this. 60 minutes. I would love it if someone timed themselves. I bet somebody could even do this in 30 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to read these all off really fast. 1, decide which item you're going to sell. 2, you don't have to discount it, but if you do, create a little promo code, make small percentage off, maybe 10%, something like that. 3, write an email broadcast, okay, using your CRM, your customer relationship management program, MailChimp, Drip, whatever you're using. 4, write your email to one person, your ideal avatar. Don't say, hey, everyone. 5, tell them about your product, your music, whatever item it is, what's special about it, what's unique, what's the backstory, all of that. Number 6, use one image of your product and link that image to the exact product page, not your website. 7, use a button link if it's possible in your email. 8, post that same message and image and link to all your social media accounts. Number 9, if you're using Instagram, don't put the long link in the description. Say link in bio, direct them there so that it's clear. This process should not take you longer than an hour, okay? Now, this is very basic, but very few people do this, and they don't do it regular. Let me add number 10, okay? Here's a number 10. Post it more than one time. Email about it more than one time. You can email about it every day. If you emailed about it every day, you're going to get 10 times more sales. Yes, you will. And will you have to be creative and think outside the box of how can I send another email without annoying them? Yeah, you're going to get really creative and get over it. Some people are going to unsubscribe. It's par for the course. It's the way it is. Don't be offended. A lot of people are getting a lot of emails right now, but this is an opportunity for you to actually go out and make some sales. People are home right now. They're looking for entertainment. They want to feel normal. They want to feel like they have a normal life. I'm doing record amount of sales right now in my physical product business that I'm doing for fun on the side. Record amount of sales, you guys, because people want to feel normal. They're home, they're bored, and they want to find meaning in life right now. Music is absolutely going to increase if it hasn't already. I bet streams are off the charts. Like, people are totally binge listening to music right now. So if you have a physical product, digital product, you need to be pumping this stuff out. Let me answer a few little questions in the chat and then we are out. Let's see. After this live ends, yes, it'll totally be available here, and we'll probably put it together on a page for you guys as well if you guys want all these steps. How many times over what period of time should I be reaching out before I send them a sales email? If you're asking because you don't send regular emails, just send it. Just say, sorry, I haven't been emailing you recently. Here's what's been going on in my life. Here's what's recent. And by the way, here's my latest album. You just do it. You just do it. Stop, again, there's avoidance happening there, right? There's avoidance where it's like, well, I haven't been emailing them for a while, so should I warm them up again? No, you send them an email now. You tell them what's going on in your life. You tell them why you haven't emailed, what you've been busy with, blah, blah, blah. And then you pitch and you tell them what it is and you tell them what's great and that you're running a promotion. So, stop avoiding doing the stuff that actually gets you the results. Let's see here. Can you do the same with an Indiegogo campaign instead of a specific product? Of course you can. I mean, I literally do the same thing, the exact same process for crowdfunding. It's no different. The only difference, the offer is different, correct? So, and the link, right? But you're selling one thing, which is supporting the crowdfunding campaign. Lonnie said, what online store do you recommend? We've done a ton of podcast episodes on this, so I recommend that you definitely go there, and we've done a ton on Shopify is what I prefer. It's just hands down the best out there for doing all the great stuff. And Jerry says, so refreshing, launching just the product for this now. Thank you for this live. We really appreciate it. Record sales. Yes, record sales, you guys. How many of you are actually going to go out and do something with this? Because like I said, this process is simple. There's nothing new or rocket science about this, but very few people will actually go out and do it. And hence, they're going to struggle with their sales. Those of you who actually go out and do this and you do it regularly are going to be like, holy cow, people are actually still spending money. Yes, they are. They're home. They're bored. They have credit cards. They don't know what else to do. They want to feel normal. Provide them with normal, okay? Listening to music makes people feel good. In recessions in past history, and even in the Great Depression, there's a couple of industries that did really, really well. One of them was the booze industry. And I think tobacco and alcohol, they do just fine. And entertainment, so now's the time to sell tickets to your online performances, your online concerts. Get creative, see this opportunity as, well, the crisis for the opportunity, it really is. That's your job as the creative person, is think outside the box. Think outside the box. This is what we do well. This is what everybody else sucks at. This is what we do really well, is thinking outside the box and getting creative. When someone says it's not possible, this is really hard, we go, I can think of 10 ways right now that I could do something. This is where we excel. Where you need help is in turning it into sales. And so that's what we're here for with you at Savvy Musician Academy. Anyways, we have a couple of things coming up. So, by the way, a couple announcements. First of all, we are going to be doing regular live mini teachings like this over the next couple of weeks, and we're going to be going almost daily. So the first thing you need to do, go turn on your notifications for our page, because we have coaches here at Savvy Musician Academy besides myself, and we all have a different area of expertise. We're going to be bringing on live coaches for free. We're going to just be teaching you guys, giving you as much value as you can, whether you're a student or not. And we just want to help encourage you to thrive during these times. And you absolutely can succeed. So turn on your notifications. The next thing is we actually have a program that you probably heard. Is if you listen to our podcast, we talk about a lot. There's a couple of programs actually that I want you guys to know about. One is the Online Musician 3.0 that's being released in the very near future. And if you are a musician that's not yet making between $2,000 and $5,000 in your music business yet, you want to sign up for the wait list. And let's see, what is the URL for that? The wait list is explodeyourfanbase.com is the wait list for that. Okay, explodeyourfanbase.com. So if you're not making between $2,000 to $5,000 in your music, that program is going to be unbelievable for getting you started on launching your business online, your music business. That's what we do best. We help independent musicians become expert marketers. That's your foundation. Now, if you're already making a decent living as a musician, some of you guys are touring musicians and you're already doing really well, and maybe right now you're not because all your gigs got canceled, but we have a more advanced program called the Superfan System Elite course, where it's we have two tiers for that. Actually, we have a program where you can totally DIY it yourself, and then we have a version where we have a lot of live coaching and hands-on mentorship. So that one is advanced. Okay, so that one assumes that you are pretty far along in your music career already, and this is going to get into like ninja, advanced marketing, advanced, we do website redo, all of that, but advanced marketing. Okay, so like 6-figure album launch stuff like that. It's another level. If you're ready for that, there's two things. If you're looking for a real hands-on mentorship coaching aspect of it, you can go book a call with our team. You can go to callsma.com. If you are like wanting to just do it yourself, just like DIY on your own, you can go to getsuperfans.com. Getsuperfans.com is the same program, just without the coaching, without the hands-on, without the live aspect of it. So that's where you can do that. But we're going to be here to help you guys as much as possible. Not only get through this, we want you to be thriving. We want you to be profitable. And there's absolutely opportunity during this time for those who have eyes to see. And I appreciate you guys all for coming here. And we will be announcing the days and the times we'll be going live. We'll post it here. And also if you're on our email list, we'll post it. We'll send you an email with the schedule of when we'll be going live. It'll be probably approximately the same time, but we do have some coaches in different time zones, so it may vary a bit. But we will be here live. That's why you need to have your notifications turned on. So those of you who are going to do this, say aye or raise your hand. And if you want the list, I'll post it in a comment below where all the different steps, and I see someone else was posting them as well. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I hope this was helpful. Share with a musician who needs help and encouragement during this time. Share with them. That's the best gift you could give right now, is to help other musicians who need to support their families as well. So that's how you run a sale. It's very simple, and you can do it in less than an hour. And I want to hear about it. I would love it if you came and reported back in the comments here if you did it, and even screenshot some of the results you got. I would love to see that. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you again very soon.